has a connection from Zoom to YouTube. It's
Yeah, I
now
see
setting up.
a note saying meeting is now streaming live on YouTube.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I can even send you the link. Zoom has a connection from here. Let me share my screen. YouTube. It's now setting up. Here, let me just see.
Meeting is now streaming.
Yeah, so let me just share my screen with you. So I can even send you the link. Do you see my screen?
Let's see. Yeah.
Here, let me share my screen. It's a delay. You see that? Here, yeah, so let me just. I just share my screen with you. I just muted it. You see my screen, Robbie?
Yeah. Yes.
So here is me, right? Here
Yeah.
is us there, you see, live on YouTube. So what I can do now is I can go to see, I then stream this to YouTube, and let me just show you here what I do. Let me go to my Zoom. This is my Miami Zooms. So if I go to my recordings, you see my screen?
Yeah.
If I go to my recordings, these are my recordings that I've done in the past.
Okay. Yeah, I see all that.
Right. So if I go to any of my, see here, meeting Robert Tang with Sarah Rushenick, right? We
And
had
that was
done
the
this on
last
December.
one.
Right.
Yeah.
You see that? So if I go to it, you see right here, it was 5 minutes. And if I go here, click on it, you get a message. See, this was our last part. And you see here on the audio transcripts on the right, it says Sarah Rushenick, and then it says Robert Tang, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, and it has us describing, right? And if I want to, I was showing Colleen, you remember?
Yeah.
So what YouTube can do is it can summarize with Bard what we spoke about.
Oh.
So what I want to use, and then this is what you can research, is Bard then can summarize postings of YouTube. It basically can look at video, Bard, and give you a summary of what was happening in it. So instead of me typing what was happening there, rather than it saying meeting Robert Tang and Sarah Rushenick, it would be talking about, they discussed, AI techniques and call Annie and the pros and cons or whatever. It would write the summary. It would save me time, and then I could look at it, or someone else could then edit it and refine it and give basically train you, Bard, which is part of Google, and they own Google, YouTube owns Google too. They could create the summaries.
Yeah.
So I want to use that next semester. Let me go back. I wanted to use that next semester. See here, download, copy, share screen, and some of these here, then they have recordings, they'll record, who looked at it or whatever, of the recordings by demand and things like that, the recordings. But then I could look at my recordings. Now, if I go, and it could be then looked at, right, of advanced searches and so forth, I could look at my recordings. Yeah, right. Meeting with Dylan. This was a meeting I had with my, recording analytics. And here I could have then in YouTube, I could have a description of what was discussed. All I have here is it says meeting with Dylan, personal.ai. Remember we talked about personal.ai?
Yeah.
So here I could have a description in YouTube to give it to me. So if I wanted to look at it, other people, they would know what that video was about. And YouTube and Bard, their new advances in Bard, it claims can do that.
Okay,
So that's what I want to look at between now and the next time we meet.
okay. And I guess for your students to be able to have individual sessions with them and then be able to at least go back and say, okay, last time you can, I guess, say to yourself, okay, last time this student and I met and get the summary.
Exactly. Or even of what I spoke about during that class.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that I spoke about this topic, but it gives them too, that if they want to review something, that it could be, they could get a review. They don't need to see. And then Zoom now is trying to do it as well, is break it down into chapters. Rather than looking at 16 minutes of it, break it down. This is a 16-minute video. Instead, it could break it down into, let's say, 3 minutes. Every 3 minutes with different topics, and it can personalize, right? I want to know how to train the personal AI, or I want to know how to, with call in and get the messages out, to
Well,
find
these
the text.
subdivisions, is that
What?
something you do or something that
They do?
they do? Yeah.
Right. I don't want to waste my time doing it. That's the beauty of the AI. Let it break it down, and then I could make corrections to it.
Yeah, you find the editing part
Right.
goes well enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it
because
already
that's
does it,
always,
and it may be good enough.
yeah. But you do have that control over
Yes.
after you see what they've
Yeah,
done.
yeah, right. It's
Yeah.
not like it's put in stone, right? I
Oh,
can edit it, and I can also make some of these videos. I can make it private or public, or password protected.
yeah. Oh,
And
okay.
so that's what I want to look at.
And how many students do you expect to have this
About
semester?
100 in
100, yeah.
different sections.
So you're not going to, in your head, be able to remember everything
Right,
you've.
right. And it can bring up,
Yeah, I mean, that in general, I can see that as a very valuable use
And
in
then I'm going to
education.
teach them to do it too. That they'll
Yeah,
create their own YouTube channel, and they can do it for themselves and learn
because
how to
they have
do it.
other instructors, I suppose, and other meetings that they're not going to always remember everything that
Right, right.
is discussed with you.
Yeah. Or not even discussing what I did in the lecture itself. Let's say they
Yeah,
want to review. They don't want to go through. I do it at an hour 15 minutes each of my lectures. They don't need to review an hour and 15, or they missed it. Then this way they can go to certain parts where they had problems because
yeah.
where they have topic versions. So that's so if I share it again.
Hmm. No, thank you for showing me that.
Yeah, so it's like Bard summarizing YouTube videos. Bard can now answer questions about YouTube. Really expanding Bard's capability to boost engagement in YouTube. Bard can now answer questions about the content of YouTube video. Bard now summarizes video footage when users enter a YouTube URL. Could lead to greater engagement for summaries of video may also enhance users' experience. This functionality makes content more accessible, whether your users are subscribing to you or making a purchase. To integrate, see, I have to do this. To integrate Bard with YouTube, turn on the YouTube extension toggle on Bard website as demonstrated. So I have to do that. Give a rest, right? Once the YouTube is enabled, users can start a conversation with Bard by asking it questions. Bard will understand. So what I wanted to do is not just have somebody interact with it. What I want to do is every time I upload, that it gets uploaded, right? When from Zoom, it streams already YouTube Live, I wanted then to write the description. You know,
Yeah.
I don't want to sit there and ask it questions. I wanted to basically figure out how can I have it summarize. So read our guide on how to use Google Bard for better SEO. You know what SEO means? Search
No.
engine optimization. It's basically when you type in Google, for instance, about a topic, you'll be higher up in their list. And then it will be about the author. So this is what I'm going to work on. Is I wanted to do summaries, not to be able just a user to say, what was this discussion about? But rather I wanted to give me the summary. Because what this is saying is that then a user could look at our talk and say, tell me about, you know, call Annie or something like that. And what I want is to have it have a description attached to my video that is installed on YouTube. So that's what I'm going to work on.
Okay.
And I'll report back to you.
Please.
You got it? So I want to do that. And the other thing that I'm going to explore is having Bard speak with other AI and getting consensus between the other AI. So if I would now Bard I can put on a speaker. So I can speak to Bard and Bard can speak to me rather than typing, because many times I like to speak rather than type.
Yeah.
And then Annie can also do the type. I can speak to her, but what's nice is they do voice to text transcription, Bard and Annie. So then I want, for instance, call Annie to listen to what Bard has to say, and Bard listen to what Annie has to say, and then find consensus among the different AI.
Oh. Uh-huh. So.
Okay, so that's what. So if you want to look at that, you can read it. It's your option. That's what I want from Bard. Is I want to get summaries every time I go from. We can see here that YouTube, right? That YouTube channel. If I go above my YouTube channel, see it's live on YouTube.
Oh, you're not screen sharing now.
Okay, I will in a second.
But
yeah, let me share my screen. See, in this case, when I share my screen, hold on. You see here, this is us on YouTube.
yeah.
It's delayed. So right here, meeting with, and I didn't even, in this one, I didn't even put your name on it. So I said, meeting YouTube live with Bard Summarization. And then right here, one watching, I'm the one watching, right? Started streaming 13 minutes ago. But at this point, when we're meeting here, at this point, there'll be this watching one more. Here, I want to have a description instead of me typing it, since that's my YouTube. I own that YouTube channel and I own these, is I want Bard to write the description. See how it's delayed? It's being delayed. So let me just stop sharing. So you see how my cursor is? I click on more. I'm discussing it. I could even, and if I turn this on, right? If I turn that YouTube on, it would be, if I turn this on, you can hear me. Channel and I own these, is I want Bard to write the description. See how it's delayed? Okay, stop sharing.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't see any major applications for myself
No,
for,
but I'm just telling you what I'm,
yeah, no. Uh, and
but you
again,
can see where I'm going, that when I record each class
yeah,
and when students need to review it, I don't want them to waste their time reviewing. And also it helps me to figure out what I've said during that class period, break it down, and also for students that when they're
no,
looking.
I can see if I were back as an undergraduate or something to be
Right,
able to go on. Okay, last week at the lecture, Professor Rushnick, uh, I enter everything and then I get the summary, I guess, of the whole day's session. And
right.
you know, made first a summary, and then if I guess want more detail or
And then it would break it down into chapters,
yeah,
where it would be talking, if I would, at the end, maybe I'd say, oh, when's the exam? When is the exam? And where is the exam? You'd say, oh, I just want to find out when is the exam and where is it, I could
yeah.
go to that part, I don't know. So these are ideas that I have, and then I wanted, while I'm doing it, I want them to do it as well. So I'll have them try to create their own YouTube channels
uh,
and try to use this technology and see how it's working.
well, hopefully they'd give you feedback of where,
Exactly.
yeah. Okay, well, all I can say is my best wishes on whatever.
I'll let you know next week. So
Okay.
when do you want to do our next meeting?
Uh, well, if we do, I know the Sunday, the 21st, I have something going on that
Okay,
morning.
let me
So
go to January and let me see what's going on for me. So you want to try to do it on the 28th?
yeah, that would,
Yeah, let's schedule for the 28th.
yeah, again at this time.
And then like we always do, when it comes up, when somebody needs to change it, no big deal. Just tell the other
Yeah,
person. So let me just even put that on now.
okay.
That way it gets me out of the way, right? So here this was our meeting before my recording. So let me just put in, let's see here. You see my screen?
Yeah,
See host, join a meeting. Let me go to meetings. And then schedule a meeting. My meeting with Robbie. And we'll make it the 28th at my time at noon. And that's it. I'll save it. And I'm going to copy the invitation. And I'll put it on my Google Calendar too.
one question though I
Yeah.
had, you did this last time, and the only question I had when I tried to use it today was I didn't get it as a link.
What did you get it as?
Well, I clicked on it, but it didn't do the usual underlining and with the hand like you see there to show
Okay.
that I could. So what I
Let me
had to,
just copy this and let me just send you an email and
yeah,
tell me if you get it. So let me compose Robert Tain, Zoom. What did we say? January
28.
28th, right? Noon.
Yeah.
And then let me just put it here. Let me just even,
Okay, so you have our meeting ID for next time.
right, just our meeting ID. Is that all you need?
Well, you see, what I did today was when I couldn't get it as a link. I just wrote it in the browser and
Okay, so now check your email.
oh, so
I sent it.
okay, but if I'm still on screen share, is there a way to
Yeah,
get
yeah, no, you can still do it.
uh
Just go to your browser. Let me stop sharing, and then maybe it'll be easier for you.
yeah, okay,
Or can you see your emails on your phone?
well, I'm on my desktop
Okay. But I
now.
was saying you could take your phone and look at it too.
Yeah, well, I'm not worried
Yeah,
about,
yeah, don't worry about it. But look at it,
yeah,
and if you have problems, just email me and tell me you didn't get it.
yeah, okay.
That'll be easier.
At least that way, you know
Yeah,
that the link has been set.
right, right. The link has been set. I'm set. I put it in my I think I put it in my let me do this. Let me share my screen. Right. And if I look at my Gmail, did I put in my Gmail calendar? Did I put in my calendar?
Yeah, I see that there.
Let me just see if I put it in.
Yeah,
I think I didn't put it in. So let me just go back and I'll put it in my, this I'll close. That's my meeting YouTube. This is my information. Let me put it in my Google Calendar. Continue. Okay, and then it said does not repeat. Let me make it 15 minutes so I'll remember. Save. And then it's in my Google Calendars. And it should be in January 2. See? Okay, perfect.
yeah.
Okay, Robbie. So we got that all done.
Okay, very good.
Great. And so what are your so what are your plans? How's your